Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Take You Places, the podcast for international students at the University of Marburg. Today's episode is all about the different kinds of courses you might attend while studying at a German university and how to navigate your way through the terminology. Anastasiia will be talking to both students and teachers about the importance of lectures and seminars, as well as covering what you can expect in these courses. We'll do our best to make this both enlightening and entertaining, so stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Anastasiia and I'm an international student at the University of Marburg. Today, I will talk about studying and teaching in Germany for undergraduate programs. There are 16 departments at the University of Marburg, just anything you might wish for, from computer science to Protestant theology. Today, I'm going to talk with students and professors from different departments to learn more about the forms of teaching and studying at the University of Marburg and in Germany. Thank you for your time. Could you please shortly introduce yourself to the listeners? What do you study? In which semester?
Hi, my name is Polina. I am in the third semester and I study psychology. Originally, I'm from Russia.
Yeah, hi, my name is Paul. I'm studying educational science in my 7th semester now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Noor. I'm from Syria. I'm doing my master's in neuroscience here in the University of Marburg, molecular and cellular neuroscience. And I did my bachelor here in the University of Marburg as well. I studied human biology or biomedical science, and cell biology was the field I have chosen before.
Great. So what type of courses do you currently attend? Like lectures, tutorials, seminars, maybe compulsory placement or laboratory courses?
So at the time, I of course have lectures. I always have seminars. I have tutorials. I also do attend compulsory placement. And I think I also have group work that is also compulsory. Like you have to do it, but it's not on your semester plan.
So basically, almost every type of the course you have. Yeah. What is expected from you on the different types of the courses?
During the lectures, it's mostly input, so you don't need to participate. It's more like, you get information from the professor, and it's different, of course, from which professor you have. Some encourage you to ask questions or even ask questions, but mostly it's more like, you get taught things. In the tutorials, which were only a few, it was more like practical things. You learn how the skills you need to study, basically, to do the Hausarbeiten, like the papers. And in the seminars, that's the part where you have to be more active. It's more interactive, so often one person or a group does a presentation as part of the seminar, and then you have to engage with a class or with the group, the seminar group.
And what type of courses do you like the most?
I would say tutorials, because it's the best interaction, I think, so far, because in tutorials you have a person and you have direct contact to this person, so you can ask questions. It's mostly made by peers, so it's also some students from higher semesters, and you just talk, you ask questions, you feel more free, because in the seminar the seminar could be made by professor, and sometimes you can be a little bit afraid of the professor, or there are other people and you feel uncomfortable to ask something because you don't understand. And in the tutorial, you can ask really, and you know that it will be answered, that you're not the one. It's, I don't know, it's more interactive, I think. It's more helpful.
It's always stressful, but what type of the exams do you like the most, and why, and what is less stressful for you?
I like the multiple choice exams where you don't have to write stuff, because as I said, I'm not a native speaker, and writing might be problematically because you have to take care of the grammar of the words and of the sentence, and then just also give the information. So I love more presentations or multiple choice exams.
But I actually would prefer, like in the seminars, right, we're doing the presentation, and I like it more because I can interact, I can talk, so the professor could see that I know something, maybe not everything, but he sees that I know because I could talk. In the computer exam, like when you just have answers, nobody can know if you really know stuff. Like they never know. And this, I hate this really. So I would prefer maybe like exams when you have to talk.
And how do you prepare normally for the like boring writing exams? What is your technique maybe, or?
So there's something between students, like everybody knows there's old exams, and just to learn the questions of the old exams. So for me, it's I try to attend to all of the lectures. Sometimes I'm sleepy, but it's better to try to attend to all of the lectures because it's important and you heard it one time. And then before the exam, I just try to see all the presentations we had. Sometimes I used like external books or just Google stuff. Wikipedia is really good help, even if they say that don't use Wikipedia in research, but everybody is using it. So I just prepare from the presentations which the professor uploaded, and then try to do the old questions and see, okay, can I answer them all now after my preparation? And then if there are some mistakes, then I just revise them and see where my mistake was and how can I answer this question the next time.
So I usually study alone, but I always use the app called Anki, where you have the cards, so you can learn stuff, because I study psychology. It's a lot of theoretical stuff that you have to just know. So it's basically just learning
like
day and night.
Flashcards maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
When you came to Germany, what were the most unusual and difficult aspects of the German studying system for you?
The hardest thing was that we don't have like a book written by the professor and we have to look for the information on our own. I'm used to the Syrian system where each professor wrote a book first and then sold it to you. And then he can't ask you any question which isn't in his book. So the thing with the German system, that the professor gave us examples of books we could use, and he said some of them have all the information I will ask about, some not. So just choose whatever you want. And they had like those big books or small books and some of them were like 3,000 pages, so you can't memorize everything, but they explain it deeply. So this was a huge problem for me.
And yeah, I can also say that I'm from Ukraine, and the educational system in the universities in Russia and in Ukraine, they are quite similar. And what was also here surprising for me, that it's not really like important for the grades to go to the lecture, because in our universities you have to go to the lectures to have better grades. And here it's really your decision to visit it or not. And so far I know, like for example in economics, it doesn't matter, do you answer something during the lecture or not, are you active or you're just sleeping. So you just have to write an exam and that's all.
Yeah, that was also hard for me to understand.
You can't have any extra grades for being active during the lecture. Yeah, in your opinion, what type of courses do you find the most helpful for learning? And what type of courses do you find the most helpful for your future career?
I think seminars, basically, because you learn a lot of like non-formal skills.
More soft skills, maybe.
Not like the knowledge for something, but how you work with other people and how you engage in discussions and do these interactive things.
Well, I would say tutorials really, because Seminars are also very helpful if you are active, if you really take part, if you really interact with the professor and other students, then it will help you. But I would say tutorials, because this helped me a lot, because you're less afraid, and you just speak more, you interact more, you do more stuff. You're doing your homework and then discuss your homework in this tutorial, and you see directly where you made mistakes, what's wrong. Like, this is really helpful because it's just like direct feedback, to your work.
It's always challenging to study abroad. So what kind of advice would you give international students to make their study life easier?
So about my advices for students who are studying in German. First of all, I changed my subjects, and many students said, you're changing from medicine, it's really a bad decision. And so, but actually I didn't like it. So just choose what you like and you'll be successful in it. It doesn't matter if some jobs or say that you will get much more money. If you don't like what you're studying, you won't get further, and it's really annoying. So just do what you like and follow your dreams and be open for new stuff. I never thought I would do neuroscience. Actually, I came inside my studies because I wanted to do virology, and then I landed in neuroscience, and it just woke my interest to do such stuff. And now I'm doing my master, and I love it. Like, you go every day to the seminar and you enjoy it. This is something I didn't have before.
All right. Now we have heard what the students think about the different course types at German universities and what advices they can give to new students. But what about the teachers? What do they expect from their students in lectures and seminars, and what advice could they give? In order to answer these questions, I have met with Professor Stolper from the Department of Economics and with Dr. Badruddin from the Center for Near and Middle East Studies. So, hello, Professor Stolper. Thank you for your time. Could you shortly please introduce yourself, your department, what are you doing?
Right, so my name is Oscar. I head the Institute of Behavioral Finance here at Marburg University at the Department of Business and Economics, and we have a number of different courses. We offer a number of different courses.
And how much time should students invest into a lecture outside of the lecture hall?
Right, good question. Right, so I'd say, a sort of a feasible rule of thumb is to dedicate, say, at least the time you spend in the lecture hall for a given class outside the lecture hall, right, outside the lecture room. So preparation and retrospective, at least the time you spend in the lecture.
And how much can additional literature help to understand the course?
We do distinguish between required readings and supplementary readings. And, the required readings, they're just very few for a given course. Typically, it's the textbook and, half a handful of other sources. And these required readings, they're really essential to guarantee your learning success in a given course. And then typically there's a number of supplementary readings. And, well, of course, they sort of, allow you to understand the topic even better. But the required readings are really, important and essential. And the rest is nice to have, I guess.
And you mentioned that you have a Seminararbeit, so it's a term paper. What is the purpose of it? What is the difference to lecture and tutorials, for example?
Right, so the great difference is that you guys are in the driver's seat, right? So you're not receiving words of wisdom from your instructor, but rather you sit down and compile a scientific report, which at the end of the day a term paper is, right? And that is pretty steep learning curve for most students, really sitting down and writing a term paper without that much of a guidance. That certainly is an important aspect of your studies, right? So that's very different from the typical lecture hall experience. And right, so it hones your writing skills, your skills in terms of structuring a paper, It typically improves or hones your skills when it comes to laying out an argument, right? So these are the learning objectives when it comes to term papers.
And how should students participate in a seminar?
Right. So seminars are typically, or we try and create a classroom atmosphere, right? In the sense that we have a limited number of participants, and we really encourage people to actively participate and to engage in the seminar. So contributions during the seminar are an integral part of your participation in the seminar. It's not enough to just write a term paper and that's that, but rather, you're asked to present the results of your term paper, for instance, in class. So presentation is certainly, an essential part of our seminars. And then also, active, participation, discussing, trying to voice your arguments, defending your arguments, maybe.
To be more involved in this topic, so not only passively to listen to. Okay.
Absolutely. And teamwork is also something that's frequently part of our seminars. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think are the benefits of in-class presentations for your students' career, especially? So you said that during seminars, students have also to present something. How far could it be helpful for their future career?
Right. So I guess there's two dimensions to the learning curve that pertains to presentation. One is contents, obviously, right? So if you prepare a presentation on a specific topic, then clearly you take a deep dive into that topic typically, and you become familiar with that topic. So there is a sort of a content dimension to the learning curve that relates to presentation. But then talking about the future careers of our students, what's equally important, I guess, is sort of a soft skill dimension to the presentations that you can deliver here at university in our courses. And I think one can't overestimate this dimension, right? The soft skill dimension. My advice really would be to exploit every opportunity that you have. Really stand up there and present whatever topic. That's certainly gonna help you in your future careers, because this is something that you will be doing, right?
Why professional talks can be useful for the students?
Again, a number of different aspects. The first one is to give you guys the opportunity to get in touch with these practitioners, right? So I believe actually experience tells us that this is a great opportunity to ask questions and to get in touch with these top executives of potential employers. And you don't have to take the hard way, right? But instead you can reach out directly, and typically the people that we invite into our lectures and seminars, it's a pleasure for them to come over, and they're very happy to answer your questions. So again, that's also an advice here to really use this or to seize this opportunity, right? Okay. Second, I'm trying to give you an idea how the concepts and the tools and techniques that we learn here at university, how they are being used, how they are being translated in practice. We discover concepts, we develop concepts. You guys are becoming familiar with concepts, but a concept is doesn't really tell you much about how things really go in real life. And by inviting practitioners, you can sort of bridge that gap between what you learn here at university and what people out there, or on how people out there use these tools and techniques and stuff.
So, and the last question, do you have any advice for international students? What can they do to have a smooth start into their studies in Germany?
That's a good question, I guess. So, advice for international students. So certainly, again, don't hesitate to ask all sorts of questions. Don't hesitate to reach out if there is things that are unclear pertaining to your studies, but maybe also to your stay here at Marburg, right? So you feel that there's questions that you want to address. We have a number of different offices and staff to help you and to advise you, even beyond your studies, right? So when it comes to finding an apartment or just generally gaining a foothold here at Marburg. I believe it can make sense to to arrive here at Marburg a little bit in advance, maybe a couple of weeks prior to the first day of your studies, such that you don't have this overwhelming load of to-dos at the first day.
Thank you so much. I think it could be really helpful information for the future students of University of Marburg. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Anastasiia. Thank you.
Infobox.
Let's summarize all the tips that we have gotten today. 1. The studying system in Germany is probably different from your home country, so be open to new study methods and be patient with yourself. 2. Lectures are important to attend, but seminars and tutorials can sometimes be even more helpful for your learning process. 3. Spend at least the same amount of time of a lecture outside the lecture hall with studying, preparing, and revising the material. 4. If your professors organize professional talks, don't forget to visit them. You can get a grasp of how your possible profession looks like. 5. If you have this opportunity, arrive in Germany at least a week prior to your studies. That way, you will have more time to settle down and have less stress when uni begins, especially if you take part in our orientation program, which helps you get to know the university better, have all your questions answered, and meet new friends.
My thanks go to all my interview partners. They give us a lot of useful insights and advices, and I hope that this will make it easier for you all to get started in your studies at our university. That's all from me. I thank you for listening and have a great time in Marburg.
This has been another episode of We Take You Places, the podcast for international students at the University of Marburg. For more episodes, videos, and much more, check out our university website at www.uni-marburg.de. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.